This is a rapid summary of Shoe Dog by Phil Knight. There are three main points to this book. First, it reveals the chaotic, uncertain, and often terrifying reality of starting a business, dismantling the myth of the visionary, pre-planned startup. Second, it highlights the profound importance of building a team of passionate, loyal, and slightly crazy believers who share your vision. Third, it's a story of relentless perseverance, demonstrating how to survive constant cash flow crises, betrayals, and seemingly insurmountable obstacles. Let's explore these points. First, the book is a masterclass in embracing chaos. Phil Knight begins not with a grand business plan, but with what he calls a crazy idea: importing high-quality, low-cost running shoes from Japan. The early days of his company, Blue Ribbon Sports, were anything but glamorous. He sold shoes out of the trunk of his Plymouth Valiant at track meets. For years, the company was perpetually on the verge of collapse, constantly scrambling to make payroll and pay its suppliers. Knight is brutally honest about his own doubts, fears, and mistakes, showing that entrepreneurship is less about genius and more of a stubborn refusal to quit in the face of constant uncertainty. Second, Shoe Dog is as much about the team as it is about Phil Knight. He didn't build Nike alone. He surrounded himself with a band of misfits who were all deeply passionate about running. There was his former track coach, Bill Bowerman, a relentless innovator who famously poured rubber into his wife's waffle iron to create the iconic waffle sole. There was Jeff Johnson, the company's first full-time employee, an obsessive and brilliant correspondent who single-handedly built the company's East Coast presence. These early employees were not polished business executives. They were runners, accountants, and lawyers who believed in the crazy idea and were willing to pour their lives into it for very little pay, bound together by loyalty and a shared mission. Third, the story is one of incredible grit. Blue Ribbon, and later Nike, faced one near-death experience after another. They were constantly in a battle with their own bank, which didn't understand their business model and threatened to pull their financing. The most significant crisis came when their Japanese supplier, Onitsuka Tiger, tried to cut them out of the U.S. market and take over the business they had built. This act of betrayal, which could have destroyed them, instead became the catalyst for their greatest success. It forced them to stop being just a distributor and to create their own brand from scratch. The birth of the Nike name, the swoosh logo, and their own line of shoes was not a strategic pivot, but a desperate act of survival. In summary, Shoe Dog is not a how-to guide for business. It is a raw, honest, and deeply personal memoir about the messy, painful, and exhilarating process of creating something from nothing. It's a testament to the power of perseverance, the importance of a loyal team, and the courage to just keep going, one step at a time. A key takeaway is Knight's simple but powerful mantra that guided him through the darkest times. Let everyone else call your idea crazy, just keep going. Don't stop. Don't even think about stopping until you get there, and don't give much thought to where there is. If you enjoyed this summary, you might also like Grit, The Power of Passion and Perseverance by Angela Duckworth, and The Ride of a Lifetime by Robert Iger.